the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
For Johnson Asiedu Nketia, the national chairman Eddie Emma NDC Amanyukuno. Na Johnson Asiedu Nketia I expose John Dramani Mahama. Onwankasa a boss, yes, na me kura ajiminsa. Yes, and the Johnson Asiedu Nketia ana atese abontin watch say John Dramani Mahama. Bibia no chese or fight corruption. Because Bibia dey pay say John Dramani Mahama no corruption be any scandals be a born ho into onye na adwen say or fight corruption. And now no more opposition yet dey dey omo ye and ye buy ye be fight corruption and obi e be find you guilty bia no ye be prosecute you. Say abusuafo ni nyina e kenken kwa. And then Johnson Asiedu Nketia and what you say. Or here the combination of office of the Attorney General, any Minister of Justice, sectors immune and as offices immune no. Or say a new concern came Dominic Ayine and a cocoa. Say Dominic Ayine, Attorney General. I was saying here pay Attorney General no only any political influence and a Attorney General. Near to be so I didn't make a yes office of a Minister of Justice one. Office and also. Not just say you have 2 offices, meaning say you Attorney General and at the same time you say you have people from I don't know a Minister of Justice. Next so John Dramani Mahama and I'm the office we and all this office immune a bomb one a BC da and all day ama Dominic Ayine. Na eno na Johnson Asiedu Nketia HSA. Enti say CC is a BBS corruption be akoso NDC aban mu CC ya. Na so ka say Dominic Ayine enko arrest ni pakro non prosecuting na. Enti are you saying say ebetimi aye no kre say obe prosecute say ni pakro na na. I said there is no way say Dominic Ayine ebe prosecute say ni pakro being say oye NDC ni no so eye NDC ni. Na so say ke compare say ye pe obi career Attorney General ana krede no eye ana de Dominic Ayine ekokoye Minister of Justice kwampo dia I think e normal. Nemo say John Dramani Mahama farm paper home faculty ko biso e no ko ye sa Minister of Justice any Attorney General ne dia or say there is no way just say John Dramani Mahama is serious in fighting corruption. Yeti ensema onwankasa e kai.
I think that if we are determined to fight corruption, we will get somewhere. But I don't see Ghana as actually determined to fight corruption. I don't think that we do not have laws that will help us fight corruption. But the bigger problem is our determination and our commitment, both at leadership level, to fight corruption. I think that is the major deficit in our fight against corruption. We all pretend to be fighting corruption, but we actually are never committed in fighting corruption. Everybody talks about the ills of corruption and the need to fight corruption, but the decisions they have to take in the fight against corruption are lacking. From hindsight, I think that we were wrong in combining the office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice, for instance. Because you could have Attorney General, and if he is the Minister of Justice, he sits in cabinet with his colleague ministers. All policies that are coming from the other sectors are cleared at cabinet. So it becomes very difficult for that same member of the government or cabinet to now seek to arrest or prosecute his colleagues, and the prosecutorial powers of the country is vested in the Attorney General, who happens also to be the Minister for Justice. So on the one hand, he will sit in cabinet, participate in the approval of all the programs, and when one of the programs goes wrong by way of implementation, and you ask him to now go and arrest his colleagues and prosecute them, it becomes a problem.
So you believe they should be separated?
Yes, I think that we should have a separate Attorney General who, in my view, ought not be a politician. He must be a career Attorney General who would not rely on any political party to put him there. I mean, voting and all that, because apart from his colleague ministers, If it happens that his party chairman has committed something, I say the Attorney General should arrest and prosecute his party chairman, for instance, it becomes challenging. So I think that moving forward, we should look at making the position of Attorney General like a career position or something that can be secured like a judge, so that he can be free to embark on his prosecutorial duties.
Omuka emomachita for etie ehye bose dachi bia no senyankopon eyomadom na omunya kwan eba aban mu a saa constitutional bodies no enipa edano no ombe yom afiri ho ndisi for hye boso omba aban mu a chief justice ombe yinadi omosan eka so omba aban mu a Mameji Mensa ombe yinadi. Initially no Nkrofo felt say a joke until say NDC a winning political power and NDC say o implement enyema o kan ho asem no and Ghana for you say say na asem a na NDC for kan anya agro na eye ni bresem ntomo hyase wo Maame Chief Justice no eso na hyase no and Nkrofo cans the end product no enye the Chief Justice na mum end product no ne say onbeyi electoral commissioner no any deputies no edi na procedure edi yomadi no ene say esese yede krata koma Chief Justice na o establish primary phase ansana yetimi ayomadi no monim say sa Chief Justice yo ho die o de ensemu bia konanimu a obeto atwene ntia na tie die a endi ono akra ne ho ye hideda enti mo yinadi na yinadi wi a na fe de kwan mu ada ho na yenya kwan susu no ayi ye electoral commissioner no any deputies so ye yomadi ebiem ene yera do Mahama wonya tumi a obi afo se obi anya bida e o man Ghana mu ene se Ghana for to abama no no eja MPP for da Roma enti ni pe to abama MPP no e move over 2.1 million e de abufu ankoto aba enti ni Nkrofo de omukokoto ye ema onya vote ama we winning about 57%. And into your force Ghana for ogidi onimu e friend goodwill no ebiem parliament so koya wasan enya enkonya do a otimi di akakabensem bia wo pe e o man ni mu enti eto abawie ape eberi kro ho no mama nwini NDC for shase se omu chinchin Nkrofo nsa agi nkonya no said the beya India we in their mind and in their opinion Mahama ebeye a supreme leader. Tia to abawi apa na msha so mbone mane say oye supreme leader oye supreme leader. Now constitution no create checks and balances. Say executive need to meet check parliament check executive judiciary need to meet check omu nyina. Enti judiciary parliament should to meet check judiciary in a way. So if president no will control over the executive na ene wasabenya control over the over parliament now aka judiciary because so be force yetiet and fa hodie so ana bibi koso a any constitution bo ebra Supreme Court na obekro enti na tie dia ya target Supreme Court ajagifo bi especially the leader of the bench say ye yini free what dia na fi nya kwan na ya fa judiciary no e de aka parliament any executive no na fi Mahama enya ye the supreme leader na omey ode aye ni open enti ye de maame no ye twe na bo so dindindin na entra Asiedu Nketia san ko grant interview e wo Joy News aka say Mameji Mensa de otwe ni mu ani abetin ye pekura no a ombe yinadi oni boss masare ene Peter Apia hen no ombe yi omadi o se otwe ni mu sesen ombe yinadi de free electoral commission won ni Nkrofo na say ya na endra felosofosu ko acha be press conference say enya no kra say Chief Justice aye yinadi no politics e she chiri ana politics e sha ase but you see say ya na Asiedu Nketia kan ye say ya na Yera Mahama kan ye say omoba ombe Chief Justice nadi in fact o kan ye o say si ebetimi judiciary no betimi aye yi a agye se nipa oda no almost sano ansana on be judiciary betima yi Asiedu Nketia eka pen se maame no eso okọ enu ti ne maame ya twi na boso yi endra me tie maame no na me yira ho me se oh enti maame boni oye nyina ne se obesom ne man Ghana na ne ya e wasem ne nyina ne se ne nuanom agyeagefo to Supreme Court. Look, there have been series of attempts since independence. See a beji Supreme Court Chief Justice yebeyi nadi. Na anytime biya yebeyi attempt ni biya no se asem ne court na Supreme Court no abo Chief Justice no eho ban. Asem ne court na Supreme Court no abo Chief Justice no eho ban. But in this very case, the Supreme Court no and now we be actually clearly say maame no as a nipa bi what tension could be edemano, and we are being told say na a nipa ni bi penifoni bi wo Supreme Court wa omofo say maame no engineer na enuru no so say appointing a Supreme Court Chief Justice and the yedini sign ho ebe the Chief Justice nti omo won ne hu mene asepo e won ne ho tan enu ni nsem a ye tete say omo ate won wa no wo mo mpendeda tuntuntum pe na ase kroma akona frama ho no tomo ano maame ne tuo nyina no omo ne no chese tiado ahoma so empenanim kura hwe na ni abani na asem no emu oya to the extent say wo hwe kwan a ye de maame ne fa so a na ya pa ena maame ne nsem okan nyina be ya miensa bi wo no mo a na ekira adwene so o se baabi a modimi akwa abosi mudi masem no eho ena me ofa general kwa ye kwobon ne hopo ni ye che no ye de ne koye ansa ne ye de ne ko bunda ase ni akwa kokunu, and there is a report to that effect. Me ofa yi so na hemo university eda na dwunu a ye beche no na menye ne tifie ene ye beche no ekokunu ya na nya ne nko a ye se ku judgefo miensa eka ne ho a na ba ko ye wo ba te se me a na wotu anufu ano tene sa edu lodge no mo sa de me kwa say ho ne ye kokama asem a na no kwasem benefo si edu amanfo so ane yakai anom te edu ho no mu bia no a na ne yam age ne pram na amana kai eye ne ya anom na edloko haw anya hunhia bibremu na nso ehwo NDC aban aye ne say odumame ne beko na watete no na one man emotional torture ebiem ose me kwa omayi me one of the arms of government me sano me ba ko head o enti privileges bi hono ma de mame and even the special prosecutor kra to kwan a yen searching no airport what to kwan kwa broche no yen searching no airport. Speaker of Parliament to kwan a yen searching no and then Mampani Mahama to kwan a yen searching no. But there's committee no mamu we kopia no mu a yes searching hu nyina de ensa efefa ne ho ehwe ne bag mu eye ne bibia chese ejojo no a chese ye reduce no to the barest minimum, and that's the pain. So privileges are ye wo obu a ye de ma no enti radio Mahama abre a not ya konwa so a na allegation by say wa default bribe no okọ charge ye message Mahama say the buying of course charge for friend no ye didn't fast antiti a ye di maami tokonu FM mu bi ye na John Dramani Mahama me nyini mpo se ono ampo appear before charge ekoko yi nsembise bia no okọ charge e ma charge e determine say Ford our G and die we book code of conduct na mu anya bribe e only in Ghana and obitimi di bribe e bu abamra so na so anya bribe. But you Rajo Mahama abre appear before the charge no the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice no obia fanam fa such inhumane act mu obia ne hono mototo Jo Mahama botum obia ne hono miamia no ho miamia sabe ne hwo ahwo ne ade nyina ehwe se tupa e bi hye ne ho na bibi hye ne ho a obia anye ne saa again you Rajo Mahama eba opposition no you didn't call special prosecutor in the case of Airbus but your Airbus no na mo ni sike wo ma tiam de beka say gangan twa money na na ewum Airbus na ono anyi ni nua Samuel Adams Foster Mahama no mo hasem wom me patcho na John Mahama former president patcho special prosecutor Kiseja Ben na wose ene Matiame Dunum na SSA omo interrogate Yera Mahama me patcho when the search Yera Mahama abria no ko appear before the office of the special prosecutor when the search no in fact ninua Adams Mahama de sani ene special prosecutors were issue red alert ede kwachi kanofurata won yere mpaso no ono de ofogan the Ghana Fosika Kiseja Ben the Ghana Fosika full play eko London ekokosia Yera John Mahama ne bra Foster Adams Mahama enye ne topono edidiye enye ne dinkomo ne na lawyer fo ne bobobo gongongo owie no ba Ghana eno be press conference no say Ghana for Samuel Adams Mahama McLean John Mahama McLean omunye bone ti Ghana for musika enye ase ayi abanyina no ne nyina ya hyeagu enti edie bone ena ye maami tokonu waye I need to see ne fa sa kwen so enti maami no was right say ne me kwaso nyina no aye adwene pa enipa bi anya e wo ne ho ansa na NDC eba aban mu and they are determined say kwan bi on befa so bia no maami no won be yi no e de afira konwa no so enti ebi ma ka say on resign ebi ma ka say on call voluntary retirement no fa djuma no to no fa ma Yera Mahama enye Asiedu Nketia na ne ompeso mo de ye bia no omfa judicial no eni omani nyina enfanye but I say there are rulings Supreme Court and a judgment I say sa process no o start here say o crowd resign ebiem say ya sha asie say o resign say ya pa ekwakwa etseni a waje enfumuso na iden edi atum na djuma wa ye over 30 years ni nyina be den ho benefit ese e de ma no na ye gya ne kwan no ebeboa no na ndisi fa say o mbegu na ni mu ase egu ni hu fi na so wa ye krado say obegina na wakosa kwen edi akwakosi ase na nti a oba abonti abeka kire Ghana fo nyina no ama Ghana fo nyina hu say ekwan a ye de no efa so enim na o say yabon ne kwadu o hwe kwadu a ye de abono a bebre na wo de asem ekokota ebi won ma say 63 counts ebi ye stealing ebi ye causing financial loss attempted stealing ebi ye say nipa obokwadu ni nyina wi a judge ne tenase a no judge na determine say on stealing no o case to answer on abia causing financial loss to the state no and no only case to answer we wi a na omaba into Ayine ya kire say ya determine primary first tiaw na case we ni NSL answer be sinne e ma mi tokunu which of the cases anakwadu e de abono a ese okoko yi ano ton na lawyer fo o si aye almost say Nebukadnezar magicians no tuko gina ho a ese wa ubo otimu na ohwese kwadu ben ana yebetimi e de etiawo na wa kwakoyi ano eye ahomete na eha adwene na wonim procedure ye koso nyina no mi blemo bia o nienti emu bi aye of the strong view say Yera Mahama chire say constitution can clearly offer article 146 process no a constitution can yes say ye in camera yes say enokre but the same constitution can article 296 no constitution can ABC na constitution actually says that process way and say capricious and say bias and say arbitrary akani nyina na baby e den say constitution said there should be a regulation article 296C no or say where the person or authority is not a judge or a judicial officer there shall be published by a constitutional instrument or statutory regulation that are not inconsistent with the provisions of the constitution or other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary powers. And the constitutional can say, "Adia justice for man no no, the discretionary power of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama." And there should be regulation. There should be a CI. Na entry. Yes, almost say BBN no omo adopt one procedure bi any say. Say Mahama determine so be fair to yema mi tokonu a anka parliament resume ye akaba no the constitutional instrument e dey akwa to parliament enim na akire kwan a yemfa maame no emfa so na ada ho amagana yensana nsana amagana fo nyina na obi ahu na so ene ebre enadodo ebedie kwan ebefa so afre witness kwan ebefa so age evidence case nyina ye omobi anim enti committee no a na determine say no person be bibia